There's not a company out there that doesn't say, we're not customer focused. No, we're not customer obsessed. But it's in the execution. It has to be embodied in the very culture of the company itself. And there's a term that's been thrown around when we talk about culture on the podcast by CHROs, chief people officers, VP, recruitment, HR. And it's a culture that creates the psychological safety to make those autonomous decisions. And you just talked about how you're empowered. Like, how important is it on your team throughout the company? Is there psychological safety to do the right thing for the customer?
Yeah, I think that begins with the trust that you build with your teams. I also believe we're human. We're going to make mistakes. I've made a ton of mistakes. And we don't want to make people feel ashamed for making those mistakes. Rather, I would encourage honesty and integrity. And they come forth and say, here's what happened. And then one of our Eastridge DNA attributes is self-awareness and ownership. So being able to reinforce those behaviors. If I have a team member that does something that maybe wasn't the best decision, we talk through it and we talk about what is within our control, what can we change, and what did we learn and what can we do differently. And I think that is really important when you're working with an organization, especially that wants to grow. There has to be room for experimentation, and you're going to be afraid to fail if you're not allowed to make those mistakes, or if you just have to go exactly by the book. And I truly believe that probably started with the founders of Eastridge and it transcended to Stein, the former CEO, and now Rodrigo. I think that they all have done a great job to invite a difference of thought and really understanding what's going on. And again, learning from the mistakes that we make and moving on and applying that knowledge to something better. In the same thought, or in the same vein, I also think it's important to question success. So when we're successful, what is it that we did that caused us to be successful? It's not just luck. There was intentional thought, activity, execution that went into that. So what can we pause and learn from that so that we can be able to replicate that again? Or who else can we share this within our organization?